Okay, so today we're going to be making Agarose gels. Okay, so in this case we're going to make 0.08% Agarose gels. Okay, so first thing that you guys want to do is put on safety equipment, goggles, gloves. Okay, and then you want to wash your equipment. Never assume that your scupulas, your media bottles, your gel trays, your combs, and also your rubber stoppers are clean. Okay, you always want to make sure that they're clean, so never assume that. So, what you want to do is rinse with tap water. Okay. Then you want to use DI wash bottles. Rinse with DI water. Set them off to dry on a paper towel. So same thing with the media bottle. Wash the cap. Wash the media bottle. Also the inside. Okay, and then with DI water. Okay, it's dry. And now the rubber stopper and combs. And then to open this gel electrophoresis box, you just pull up like that. Okay. And then you want to wash out these gel trays. They're nice and clean. Get some more paper towels. Dry my gloves a little bit. Okay. You could also use a paper towel to kind of dry the outside of your media bottle. Also your scupula, because we're going to be using that in a little bit. Once you have dried the outside of the media bottle, you want to make sure you label it. So you got some masking tape. Okay. So you put some masking tape right there. Sharpie. You want to label it with your initials, your partner's initials, and also your period. So, just like that. Okay. Next thing you want to do is you want to measure out 0.6 grams of Agarose. So you'll probably have a Ziploc bag that says Agarose on there. So what you want to do is you want to get a weigh boat. First turn on your balance. Put the weigh boat on. You want to zero it. Okay. And then you are going to weigh out 0.6 grams of Agarose. Okay. A little bit too much. Okay, so 0.6 grams of Agarose. Next thing you're going to do is, so the media bottle right here, we are going to put the 0.6 grams of Agarose into the media bottle. Like so. Okay. Then you are going to get TAE buffer. TAE buffer is right here. You can get a beaker that says 1x TAE buffer. And what you want to do is you want to pour TAE buffer up until about the 75 mark. So on these media bottles, there's a 50 mark right there, 100 mark right there. So like that notch right there should be 75 milliliters. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to pour at eye level. So you can take the zip saran wrap off. Okay, go to about eye level so you can see the actual graduations there. And then pour slowly to the 75. You want to be careful because you don't want to pass the 75 milliliter mark. Okay, so once you get near there, you might want to like start slowing down. Okay, so that's 75 milliliters. Put the saran wrap back on the beaker. And then you want to put the cap on the media bottle and just kind of stir it, or sorry, I should say shake it a little bit just to help some of the agarose in there dissolve. Okay, so you notice that the agarose is going to create kind of like a milky white solution. So you could just kind of like shake this a little bit, make sure it's capped for about like 30 seconds or a minute, and then now we are going to microwave this. Okay, so important thing about microwaving media bottles is if it's not loosely capped, meaning it's tightly capped like this. See how I can't move the cap up and down? If you put this in the microwave, it's going to explode. Okay, so you want to make sure it's loosely capped. So I loosely cap it. If it makes that sound and you're able to slightly move it like that, then you're good. Okay. If you make it too loose, then the cap will just come off. So you don't want that either. So loosely cap. Okay. And then we're gonna go over to our microwave. Okay. So you can put the media bottles inside the microwave 2 at a time. But again, make sure they are loosely capped before you actually put it in the microwave. Put it in. And you want to set it to about 1 minute. Okay, and then press start. Alright, so our minute's over. Let's take it out of the microwave. These are called hot hands. So you use these to grab like hot things. Okay, so this is extremely hot. So what you want to do is you want to tightly cap it. And you want to kind of shake a little bit and check to see if there's any kind of crystals still in the solution. So it looks like there's still some stuff in there. I could tell by like the bubbles. It's pretty clear, but it's not quite there yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of shake a little bit like that. And then I'm going to microwave for another about 20 to 30 seconds. So in this case, I'm going to microwave it 20 seconds. So again, make sure loosely capped. Okay. This time 20 seconds. So now let's check our agarose again. Okay. All right, see how clear it is right here? There's like nothing floating in there. It's like almost completely see-through. Okay, so like that. See? So we're going to carry our agarose back to our tables, and what you want to do is, still slightly loosely capped right here, just so like the hot air can escape. You're going to set a timer. You're going to leave this on your table, set it for 10 minutes so that it could cool down before we actually start pouring the gel into our gel trays. So next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that your gel tray and your rubber stoppers are clean and they're also dry. So I just cleaned them earlier, so I'm just going to use a paper towel, just kind of get them dry a little bit. And then now I'm going to put the rubber stoppers on the gel trays. So you see that there's this kind of like U-shaped in right here. They connect to the sides of the gel trays. So it might require a little bit of pressure and force to put in. Not too much though, but. Okay. And then the other side too. That. And then now what you want to do is you want to also put the comb on the tray. Okay, so our tray looks like this, and you notice that there's a notch up here and also in the middle. Okay, so we're going to use the notch up here. If you have it upside down, then of course it would be the bottom, but if you flip it this way, then it's the top right here. Okay, so the comb has 8 teeth and also 10 teeth. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to use the 8 tooth. Okay, so the 8 tooth down like that. Okay, and you can just kind of set it on your table. And we're going to wait until our Agarose has cooled down for 10 minutes. Okay, so now that our 10 minutes are up, I forgot to mention that since we're making 2 Agarose gels per table, you also need to have cleaned out another gel tray, another set of stoppers, and another comb. Okay, so again, just assemble the other gel tray with the rubber stoppers. Oops. That. And then again, 8 tooth down. That. Now that this is ready to pour, this is now cool enough for me to kind of handle. If it's still a little warm, then you can use the hot hands. So what you're going to do is you're going to pour slowly into the gel tray right here, and you're going to pour all the way up to near the top level of the black comb. Okay, you don't want it to overflow, but you just want it to be near like the top level of the black comb. Okay, so you're going to pour. And then you should have enough to pour 2 gels. Okay. So you might have a little bit left over. Okay, if you do have some stuff left over, some gel left over, liquid gel, then there's going to be a beaker probably towards the center of the class. It's going to be labeled extra Agarose. So you can just pour the extra Agarose into that beaker. Like that. Okay. And then, put this back. You're just going to wait for the Agarose to now dry. Okay. If you see that there are any air bubbles in there, what you want to do is you want to get a micro pipette tip. So maybe like one of the big ones or small ones. And you want to use the micro pipette tip to just kind of like move the bubbles away from the center of the gel. And you want to push them towards the side. So like that. Okay, no bubbles, that's good. No bubbles. Okay, and then you can just throw away the tip. That. Since we're waiting for the gels to dry in the tray, we might as well start cleaning and labeling our sandwich containers. So same thing, wash with tap water, both the outside and the inside. And then rinse with DI water. dry with some paper towels. And then you want to label your containers with your name, or I should say your initials, and your partner's initials. Like that. And you want to make sure that you have 2 of these per table because you have 2 gels. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention. So with the bottle that had the Agarose, make sure you take your label off. Okay. And then you want to clean the bottle. That. Okay, set it off, leave it to dry. And then, might as well clean up the scoopula. And then put the Agarose back in the bag. That's labeled Agarose. Okay. Okay, so the gel should be done by now. And the way that you can tell is if they have this kind of like kind of a whitish color like this, then you know that it's done. Also, you hold it upside down like that, and it won't fall down. So next thing that you want to do is you want to pull the combs out. So you want to pull it straight up. Okay, so just like that. And you'll notice that it's made little wells like that. So take those out. Right. And then what you want to do is you want to now take the gel out and you want to put it into the sandwich containers. Okay. Okay. So you might get a different sandwich container. So you might have one that looks like this. So it just opens like that. Okay. So now we're going to carefully take out the black rubber pieces. You want to be careful and not just like pull it out because it's going to rip the gel. So just kind of carefully do this. Some like that. Okay. And then the other side. Like that. See? It's a nice gel like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide the gel into the sandwich container. So usually what I do is I push it from the, okay, it's safe. And then last thing I want to do is I want to put a little bit of TAE buffer just to keep the gel moist. A little bit is really a little bit. Okay, so I just pour a little bit of a TAE buffer. Probably maybe a milliliter or 2. Okay, really not that much. Put the lid on there, and then our gels are good to go. Okay, well I should say they're safe to store. So later on, I'm just going to put this in the refrigerator, but for now, I'm just going to leave it here on my table, and I'm going to clean up. So for these things, you want to make sure, and also the combs, you want to rinse it out. Okay. Do you add water? Leave them on paper towels to dry. Okay. And then, put your goggles away, gloves away, and that's it. Oh, also forgot. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, the like button, also the share. Okay, thank you.